Hi, hello, good evening. How are you students? Hi Akshay, hi Srinath. Been seeing you waiting from quite a few minutes. So I think you're all set for today's class. Today we'll be taking up the part 2 of how do organisms reproduce, right? I'm sure all of you have received the link for the previous part 1 session PPT, and I assume that you have gone through the PPT because I don't see any doubts or comments posted that you want. I have been telling this right from day 1 in all my sessions that if you want a particular topic to be covered or you have doubts. Hi Netra, hope you're doing good. So, I have been telling that if you have doubts in any particular topic, please feel free, okay, to post that particular topic, because I will not know until you tell me what is difficult for you, right? So, I can only give you the food. I don't know whether you like this or you don't like it until you tell me. Good evening, Sumukh. Hope you're doing good. Okay. So, please feel free to put your comments in the comment box. Okay, if in case you want any particular topic to be discussed in specific. All right, so we'll start off this session. So last session we did not have any assertion and reasoning, like I had told you. We've taken up MCQs, we've taken up the short answer, long answer questions in the last class. So this session we'll take up more of assertion and reasoning questions of this particular topic, along with MCQs and short and long answers with some HOTS. All right, analysis question. So we'll start for the day. Okay. So the first question says fruits are formed from. Okay, very simple. Fruits are formed from the stamen, stigma, ovary or the ovule. Okay, so which part of the plant develops into the fruit? Again, I have told you that the answer is the same. The question is being asked in different manners. Correct? Last class also we had taken up something like this and we gave the answer. So, I am sure you know the answer for this particular question. Very good. Hi Dhanush. Dhanush has got it wrong this time. Why? First question itself goes wrong for Dhanush today. All right. Okay. Answer is the same, question being asked in different manner. Okay. So, which part of the plant are we consuming as the fruit? So, I think Shreya has got it right. Very good, Shreya. So, it is the ovary, the part of the fruit. I think Sumukh, Kushi, all of you have got it wrong. Okay, no problem. We are just learning. We are just learning and learning. So, let's not get it wrong for the exam. Very good, Shreya. Shreya is the only one who's got it right. Okay. So, the part of the fruit which we are consuming is the ovary. And what is the ovule, children? The ovule is seeds. Okay. The seeds are the ovules of the plant. So, most of you have given the answer as ovule, which is D. But what is the ovule going to develop? The ovule is going to develop as the seed. Okay. The ovary is the fruit, ovule is the seed. All right. Reproduction is essential for living organisms in order to, why do organisms reproduce? Keep the individual organism alive, fulfill their energy requirement, maintain growth, continue the species generation after generation. What is the whole and sole purpose of reproduction? Okay, why do organisms reproduce? What do you think is the answer? Very simple question. The main purpose of reproduction is, very good Sumukh, very good. Sairam, Sumukh, Netra, all of you have got it right. So, the main purpose of reproduction is continuity of species. Just imagine one day all the organisms of the earth says, let's stop reproducing. Then I will not have my next generation at all. Or let's say all the dogs and cats decide, let's not reproduce. Your future generation will not know how a dog or a cat looks. Correct? So the whole point or purpose of reproduction is to continue the species generation after generation. So that is going to result in evolution. Very good. The male reproductive parts of a flower, the stamens, are collectively known as androecium, filament and gynoecium. Very simple question this is. They have already given you the part which is the stamen. So what do we call this collectively? Groups of stamen. If I am going to have stamens together, what do I call them as? You can give your answers. So what are the stamens collectively known as? Alright. Okay, so I am getting mixed answers here from Sairam and Netra. So stamen is a male reproductive part, children. How does it look? It's a bilobed structure. It's going to have two lobes. Okay. This is how it is going to be. This bilobed structure is called as anther and the long stalk is called as a filament. Okay. So I have two anthers which are bilobed and there is a long stalk called as a filament. Together, I will call this as a stamen. Alright. So when I have groups of stamen together, then I am going to call it as androecium. Okay. Some of you have got confused with filament. I think Sairam has got confused with the stalk part. Rest, I think Shreya, Sumuk, Dhanush, all of you have got it right. Netra has also got it right. Gynoecium is going to be the female part of the flower, while androecium is going to represent the male part of the flower. It is made up of stamens, while the gynoecium is going to be made up of pistil, or you can call it as a carpel. Okay, like how in males we call it as stamen, in females we call it as pistils or carpels. Okay. In the below figure, part A, B and C are sequentially. So look at the image properly because I will be changing to the option slide. So you have A here, which is the upper part. You have C here, which is a lower part, and we have B here, which is the central part. Okay. So you are going to keep in mind what is A, B and C because I will be changing the slide to the options. Okay. Once again, quickly have a look at what is A, the upper part, what is B, the middle portion, and what is C, the lower part. Alright. Okay, so we have the options. A says cotyledon, plumule and radicle. B says plumule, radicle, cotyledon. C says plumule, cotyledon, radicle. D says radicle, cotyledon and plumule. Okay, I hope you remember the diagram. In case you don't remember the diagram, I will just draw it. So we have the upper part A, this is B and C. Okay, so yes. Good evening Vaishnavi. Good evening Venkatesh. So I see new names. Kushi has given the answer. Okay, most of them have given the answer. All right. Very good. I think all of you have got it right. So the middle part is a cotyledon. It's a dicot because there are two cotyledons. The upper part is going to be the plumule, which is going to give rise to the shoot, upper part, and the lower part is radicle, which gives rise to the root. And I have told you a trick to remember about plumule and radicle. Remember R for radicle, R for root, because some students say they always get confused. I don't know what is plumule and radicle. Okay, so R for radicle, R for root. All right, so that's going to be option C. Okay, which of the following disease is transmitted sexually? Kala azar, jaundice, cholera, syphilis. So we have a sexually transmitted disease, okay, And which of the following is a sexually transmitted disease is a question. I think it's a very simple question. You can answer the question. I want you to know the other name of Kala Azar. So, if you are going to translate this, Hindi version it will say black fever, okay. But the other name of this is leishmaniasis. I am not putting it here. You can remember it is leishmaniasis, okay, leishmania caused by a parasite. I think most of you have got it right. Very good. Sumukh, Sairam, Venkatesh, Shreya, Dhanush, Netra, Kushi, all of you have got it right. Very good. So, this is caused by leishmania, which is a parasite. Jaundice is because of a problem with the liver. Cholera is caused by Vibrio cholerae bacteria, and syphilis is a sexually transmitted disease. Very good. All right, IUCD is for vegetative propagation, contraception, increasing fertility, avoiding miscarriage. So, what does IUCD stand for? IUCD. If you know what is IUCD, definitely you can get it right, because the abbreviation itself has the answer. Okay. What does IUCD stand for? What is its role? Yeah. Please give in your answers. It's a way of preparation. So, you are answering it here, you definitely will answer it in your exam. So, Venkatesh has given, Sairam has given, Shreya, Dhanush, Kushi. I think repeatedly the same students come up. Very good. IUCD stands for intrauterine contraceptive device. So, with that name, it is going to help in contraception. Okay. All right. So, I have one of my friend here. Thank you so much, Prerna. Thank you very much. So, contraception is to avoid pregnancy, and one of the contraceptive method is by using the intrauterine devices. All right. Okay, next question. Which among the following is not the function of the testis at puberty? Okay. So, we have four functions: formation of the germ cell, secretion of testosterone, development of placenta, secretion of estrogen, and we have different combinations which says which is not a function. Is it 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, or 1 and 4? All right. Okay, so Samarth has given the answer, Pramukh has given a different answer, Vaishnavi has given a different answer. We have different answers coming up from students. So, think properly, what is this testis, children? At least I want to tell you, please know the basics of what is a male reproductive system, what is a female reproductive system, what are the parts, because most of the time students get confused. Very good, I am saying all the students are answering. Samarth, Shreya, Venkatesh. Yes, Samarth, I saw your answer. Thank you. Sriram, Sairam, Shikha, Dhanush, Litin, Pramukh, Kushi, Vaishnavi, all of you. Very good children. So, the main function of testis is going to help in spermatogenesis, producing the sperms, correct? So, that is the main function, formation of the germ cells, and it is going to be involved in the production of the male hormone androgen, which is testosterone. That is again very important function of the testis. So, remember, testis here stands for testosterone. Otherwise, we will not know if the person is a male or a female, correct? So, most important hormone present in case of the human male is testosterone. In case of the females, it is going to be estrogen. So, here development of placenta has nothing to do with testis, because it is a part of the developmental biology where placenta is going to be a connection between the mother and the fetus. Secretion of estrogen. Estrogen is a female hormone. So, there is no role of estrogen in case of the males. So, definitely the answer is option C. Most of my children have got it right. Very good. Okay. Next question. Which of the following is a contraceptive? Copper T, condom, diaphragm, all of these. Very simple question. Which of the following is going to help a couple avoid unwanted pregnancy. Which of this is used as a contraceptive method? Is it copper T, is it condom, is it diaphragm, or all of these? I'm sure it's quite a simple question. All of you can answer this. Yes, children, give in your answer. Vaishnavi, Kushi, Pramukh. All right, I think they've got it right. Venkatesh, Netra, Sairam, Kushi, super. Danush, Ruchir. I have a new person, Ruchir Raj. Very good. Shika, Litin, Ashwini, Netra, Pramukh. All right. So, all my kids have got it right. Everyone says D. So, it is definitely all of these. Okay. So, each of this is a different way of contraceptive method. Very good, Vaishnavi. Yes, all of you have got it right, children. Okay. So, everything is a contraceptive method. Okay. The correct sequence of organs in the male reproductive system for the transport of sperms. So, if you remember last class I had showed you the structure of testis and I had also drawn the passage of sperms. I don't know how many of you remember it. Let's see how many will get it right. Testis to vas deferens to urethra, testis to ureter and urethra, testis to urethra and ureter, testis to vas deferens, ureter. So, what do you think is the correct sequence for the transport of sperms in the male reproductive system? Okay. So, we have Venkatesh who has answered first with option C. Anybody else coming up with a different option? Okay, now Venkatesh says no, it's not C, it is D. All right. Anyone else? I think quite a confusing question. Okay, now Venkatesh says it's not D, it is A. Okay, I think one more option is left for Venkatesh, which is option B. Okay. All right. Kushi says A, Vaishnavi D, Ashwin A, Pramukh A, Sumukh A, Shreya A. Okay, most of them go with A, while a few students have got option D as their answer. Okay. So, let's see. Inside the testis, there are going to be cells, correct? So, there are testicular lobules inside which there is seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules have got Sertoli cells and germ cells, correct? So, germ cells are going to produce the sperm. Sertoli cells, they are going to give nourishment to the developing sperms. Okay. All right. Diaphragm is a part of the respiratory system. It is holding your lungs upward. Diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure. I think Lidin is asking what is diaphragm? Diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure which is holding your lungs like this. So, if this is your lungs, just below the lungs, there is a structure called as diaphragm which is supporting it. All right. So, diaphragm has nothing to do with the reproductive system. It is something to do with the respiratory system, Lidin. Okay, Lidin, I think you got your answer. So, coming back here to the testis, it has got seminiferous tubules. It has got Sertoli cells and the germ cells which are going to help in the production and nourishment of the sperm. So, all the sperms from these seminiferous tubule is going to form and come to a particular point that is called as rete testis, after which it is going to be carried. So, the whole part is a testis here. So, from here it is going to go through vas efferentia, epididymis, then we have the vas differentia. So, here vas efferentia, this is the epididymis where sperms are stored, and here is the vas differentia, then it goes to the sperm duct which is urethra, and then the urethral meatus and it is thrown out. Okay. Now, students have got confused with ureter. I think most of you have given ureter and some of you have given this part. All right. So, ureter is a part of the kidney. Okay. It is not a part of the testis. It is a excretory system. So, don't get confused between the ureter and the urethra, children. So, urethra is different. Okay. So, the urine and the sperms, they have a common opening. They are coming out of the male's body through a common opening. Okay, they don't have separate openings. So passage of urine, passage of sperm is through a common opening, that is the urethral meatus. Okay, so this part, whatever you have confused, is part of the kidney and not the testis. Okay, so most of them have got it right. Testis, vas deferens, urethra. All right. During adolescence, several changes occur in the human body. Mark one change from the following associated with sexual maturation in boys. So, we are talking only about sexual maturation, children. Don't focus on any other things. Just focus on the secondary sexual characters happening in case of boys at the time of puberty. So, we have 4 options. Option 1 says increase in height, B says cracking of voice, C says weight gain, D says loss of milk teeth. Okay, it's quite a simple question. Okay, think Venkatesh has given the answer? No, not yet. Yes, he has given. Okay, Venkatesh, Lidin, Ruchir, Shika, Netra, these are the students who have given the correct answer, right? Yes, Danush has also given, Shreya. Okay, all my children have got it right. It is option B, which is cracking of voice. Okay, because loss of milk teeth, no, at the age 6, there is loss of milk teeth. So now we have Pramukh, Netra. Yes, I have seen your answers. Pramukh, Netra, Vaishnavi, very good. Okay, increase in height and weight is part of the normal growth that is happening from the time of birth. So from the moment the baby is born, there is increase in height and weight of the individual, correct? So baby is growing in height, baby is growing in weight. So there is nothing associated with the secondary sexual characters. So secondary sexual characters is cracking of voice. All right, AIDS is a deadly disease which is caused by a protozoan, a fungus, a bacterium, a virus. I think this is the most simplest question. AIDS is caused by, very simple. And I think in school you must have studied that AIDS can never be cured. Of course, it is true in AIDS, it is always better to remember prevention is better than cure. But I want you to understand current research and the current medicine has made it possible to cure AIDS. So, there are 2 people in the world who have been cured with the AIDS. Alright, so this is just for your additional information. As of now, most of them, whoever have got AIDS, they die. But by medical technology, it has been possible to cure AIDS. So, I hope in future, this will also be just another common disease where people get AIDS and they are cured of. Very good. Why did Vaishnavi make a mistake with this simple question? Vaishnavi, this is the most simple question. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is caused by human immunodeficiency virus. Vaishnavi has given bacterium. It's okay, Vaishnavi, maybe she just clicked. Okay, we are just learning. So, HIV is a virus. So, AIDS is a viral disease. Rest all of you have got it right. Sumukh, Ruchir, then Pramukh, Shreya, Danish, I think just now he has come. Very good. All of you have got it right. Okay. Which among the following disease is not sexually transmitted? So, now we want a disease which is not sexually transmitted. All these while we were talking about STDs. Now, we want a disease which is not sexually transmitted. Syphilis, hepatitis, HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea. So, which among the 4 diseases is not a sexually transmitted disease? What is the answer? Yes, Danish, you can give the answer now. You've been clicking D for the previous one. Okay, this is not D, it is something else. Okay, I think Venkatesh. Is it necessary to learn full form? Yes, it is better. Ruchir, if you know, it is always better. Human immunodeficiency virus, simple, right? Okay, so most of you have given the correct answer. Very good. It is hepatitis. So, hepatitis is by contaminated water and not necessarily a sexually transmitted disease. It is B, Netra. Netra has got confused. The rest all gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, all of these are sexually transmitted diseases. Okay. Hepatitis is because of contaminated water. Okay. A population of, so this is one of the hot question, analysis question, please think. A population of thermophilic archaebacteria are generally found in hot springs. Any change to the temperature of the water affects the survival of the archaebacteria. If the temperature of the hot spring gets reduced, change in which component can allow the survival of a few members of these archaebacteria? Okay, okay ma'am, I didn't know. Okay, no problem Netra. Cell wall, cytoplasm, DNA, ribosomes. Okay, so this question requires slight thinking, children. You have to analyze the question, understand the question, and then come up with the answer. I hope you have understood the question. Those of you who did not understand the question, I will explain it. So we have a group of bacteria which is called thermophilic bacteria. Okay, I am not sure if you have learnt it at school, but let me just explain you. Okay, thermophilic bacteria means that bacteria which can tolerate very high degree of temperature. Okay, most of you have given DNA as the answer except for Shika Shetty and some Pramukh. Yeah, Pramukh and Shika Shetty has given A and D. Rest all of you have given DNA. Correct? Yes. Okay. So please listen to what is this thermophilic bacteria. Okay. We have two groups of bacteria. One is called as eubacteria. The other one is called as archaebacteria. Okay. Eubacteria are the normal bacteria. They are called as true bacteria. Archaebacteria are special bacteria. All right. So what are the two bacteria? One is eubacteria, which is a normal bacteria. The second one is archaebacteria. That means they have special powers. Okay. So the kind of bacteria which are having special powers, they will be put to a new group called as archaebacteria. And here we are having a group of bacteria called as thermophilic. You know what is philic? Philic means love. Okay, philic means love. Phobia, we say phobia, right? I have fear of heights, I have fear of water, hydrophobia means I am scared of water. Phobia means I hate. All right, yes Shika, very good. So philic means I love water, hydrophilic means I love water, hydrophobia means I hate water. So these are thermophilic bacteria, they love temperature. So these bacteria can stay at a temperature beyond 100 degrees Celsius also, but normal bacteria will not stay. I have a few archaebacteria which are called acidophilic. Acidophilic means they can tolerate extreme pressure and acidic conditions. You pour acid, they will still stay there. There are bacteria which can tolerate extreme methane gas. Okay, they are called as methanogenic bacteria. They are all coming under archaebacteria. Now, what is the reason why normal bacteria is not able to tolerate this, while archaebacteria has got this superpower of tolerating it? How can I convert a normal bacteria into archaebacteria is the question here. Okay, so they have asked, how can I convert a normal bacteria into archaebacteria? What is that superpower that should be given to a normal bacteria to make it a super bacteria? The answer for this, I will tell you the answer. So the only person who has got it right here is Shika Shetty, super Shika Shetty. Very good, I am clapping for you. Super. Okay. The reason why these bacteria have this superpower is they have a special cell wall. Okay. The cell wall of this bacteria is special. So if I make changes to the cell wall, I can convert a normal bacteria to a archibacteria to a superbacteria. Okay. So the reason why these bacteria are having superpower is, you gave A, Dhanush, is it? I did not see that, maybe it's just gone up. Okay, very good Dhanush, very good. Okay. Now Danish says A. So if I am going to make any change to the cell wall of a bacteria, I can make it a superbacteria with superpowers. All right Dhanush, all right, I did not see that. Okay, I hope all of you understood. Okay. The process in which a small portion of the oviduct of a woman are removed by surgical operation and the cut ends are ligated is called Puberty, tubectomy, vasectomy, diaphragm. Okay. Okay, diaphragm is here, which is a part of the respiratory system. So definitely that can't be the answer. Okay. So what is that technique which the oviduct is a fallopian tube. Okay. So the fallopian tube is going to be cut and tied. Ligated means it is tied. So what is that technique called? I think Venkatesh has got it right, Shreya has got it right. Infinite in one, wow, okay. I don't know the person's name, person says A. Okay. Sairam, Danish, Shika, Ruchir, Pramukh, they have got it right. Mahalakshmi got it right. Somebody has got it wrong in between. Netra has got it wrong. Okay. So copper T is an intrauterine device, ma. It's kept in the uterus, so that pregnancy does not happen, Netra. So here, the process in which, see, oviducts, I told you, what is oviducts called? It is called as fallopian tube. Correct. So I am cutting the fallopian tubes. So fallopian tube is cut and it is tied up here. So what happened? The egg cannot reach. So since it is tube cut, we are calling it as tubectomy. Simple. Fallopian tube is cut, then I call it as tubectomy. In case of males, I will call it as vasectomy. Okay, because the vas difference is cut and tied. Okay, the part which is cut and tied is vas. So that's why it's called as vasectomy. In case of females, it is tubectomy because fallopian tube is cut and tied. And this is nothing but family planning. So what they call family planning, permanent sterilization is tubectomy and vasectomy. Okay, so in males it is vasectomy, in females it is tubectomy. Okay, which event will likely occur in the ovaries of females after attaining puberty? Okay, the female has undergone puberty. So what do you think will happen? Okay, very good, Netra. I am happy that you have understood. Fertilization, synthesis of eggs, production of eggs, growth and development of the embryo. So what do you think will happen in a female who has undergone puberty? Okay, so what is that change the ovary is going to do the moment a girl reaches menstrual cycle? Okay, growth and development of embryo. Venkatesh has gone for pregnancy. Danish has gone for pregnancy. We are talking about puberty. Okay, Sumukh has gone for pregnancy. Vaishnavi, Netra, Mahalakshmi is also gone for pregnancy. Sai Ram, Litin. Okay, so these people are at least nearing. Why are you thinking about fertilization and growth? The girl has just attained menstrual cycle, children. Correct. Girl has just reached puberty. Okay. What is fertilization? Fusion of the sperm with the egg is fertilization, which happens after marriage. Correct. Not with puberty. Growth and development of embryo is again after fertilization, that is pregnancy. Correct. So it is going to be production of eggs. Okay. So I think only a few students have got it right this time. All right. Very good. Those who have got it right, very good. production of eggs means we have different stages. Different stages means inside the ovaries when the girl is born. The moment you are born as a girl inside the mother itself, your ovaries start synthesis of egg. So, we don't say synthesis of the egg as answer. Okay. Imagine the lady is pregnant and she is pregnant with a female child. So, by 5th month, what happens? The ovaries start functioning. When the lady is 5 months pregnant itself, inside the mother's womb, inside the uterus itself, when we come to know that the baby is a girl child, the ovaries start synthesis of the eggs. That means there will be many follicles, primary follicles, alright. And then once the girl attains puberty, these follicles will develop. So, they grow. Primary becomes secondary follicle, secondary becomes tertiary follicle, tertiary becomes Graafian follicle. Inside that Graafian follicle, there will be the ovum or the egg. And every month there will be one Graafian follicle which is going to rupture, which is going to break and release that egg. That is what is the menstrual cycle. So, we say that the event which is happening at puberty is production of eggs. That means there is growth of that follicle. Okay. There is growth of that Graafian follicle, rupture of that Graafian follicle to release the female gamete or the ovum. I hope Netra has understood. Okay. So, that is why it is option C. Okay. So, now we have assertion and reason kind of questions. So, we will take up a few assertion and reason kind. The first assertion says, asexual reproduction is a primitive type of reproduction. The reason says, asexual reproduction involves only mitotic cell division. Okay. So, read the assertion, read the reason. Do you think there is any correlation between the assertion and reason? Is the reason correct or is it wrong? Is it Netra? Okay. So, I think here it appeared something else. Yes, very recently your option says C, but when it came on top, it was showing as B. Okay, that is why I said it is wrong. Just go back to your chat and check. Okay. Alright, so Venkatesh says option D. Okay. Asexual reproduction is a primitive type of reproduction. Asexual reproduction involves only mitotic cell division. Is it so difficult? Many of you all say D, D, D. What do I mean by primitive? Primitive means first, most ancient is what is primitive. When the earth developed, we did not have sexual reproduction, children. It was only the bacteria which came into existence first. Correct? So, assertion is correct. Most of you are saying D. Okay? Please understand, asexual reproduction is the first to come into the world. Alright. It was just the lower organisms. And reason says asexual reproduction involves only mitotic cell division, equational division. All of you have got it wrong this time. None of them have given the correct answer. Okay, the answer is option A. That is, both assertion and reason are correct. And reason is a correct explanation of the assertion. Okay, Ruchir says, I feel okay. So, I will tell you here, it's a primitive type. Why is it primitive? Because it involves only mitotic division. Okay. If it was advanced, then it will involve meiosis. Okay. The reason it is primitive is because it involves mitosis only. That's why we would say that both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. What do I mean by that? Let's say I have 2N. Okay, a diploid structure, or if you want in terms of number, let's say I have an organism, a bacteria which has got 2 chromosomes. Okay, this undergoes binary fission to give rise to two daughter cells. Okay, and each of the daughter cell is going to have same number of chromosomes. Correct? So, parent has got 2, daughters are also 2 in number. They have got same number of chromosome as that of the parent, and this kind of division is called as mitosis. This is the most simplest form of cell division. Mitosis is the most simplest, the first form of cell division. Now, if it was a little advanced, like in the case of human beings, what do you think will happen? We have 46 chromosomes, and when there is division, let's say it has to go to the sperms. This sperm will receive 23 chromosomes, this sperm will receive 23 chromosomes. Since it is reductional division, then I will call it as meiosis. Okay. So, since it is reductional division, then we will call it as meiosis. This is quite an advanced form of cell division. Okay. Which is why we say that assertion and reason are correct, and the reason is correct explanation of the assertion. Okay. So, Monishri has posted, please explain about female feticide and population stability. This is what I had told you, children. Please post your queries and comments when I upload the video itself, because here I do not have slide for this female feticide and population stability at the moment, because I have taken up only the previous year questions that have been asked, looking at whatever is being repeatedly asked. So, if you want anything in particular, maybe in the next class we can take up this concept, whatever Monishri has posted. Okay, Monishri. All right. So, next question we have, assertion says spores are unicellular bodies. The reason says the parent body simply breaks up into smaller pieces on maturation. Okay. So, assertion says spores are unicellular bodies. Is it right? Reason says parent body simply breaks into smaller pieces on maturation. Is it right? Is it wrong? I think this is also quite a simple question if you have understood. Okay. So, none of you are infinite. Will we be doing long and short type answer questions? Yes, I have it here in my slide, Venkatesh. I do have. I think Shreya, this question I had started off my previous lecture with the same question, telling difference between regeneration and fragmentation. Please go back to the previous video. I started off the class with the same thing. I have given the explanation for that. Please go back to that video and watch it once. And Venkatesh, to your question, yes, I do have long and short answer types here, but I don't know if we have much time to do it. In case we are not able to do it, it will be available, link is available. It will be posted in the comment section, plus if you are in the group, I will be posting it on the group too. You can download it and have a look at these questions. Okay. So, here I have a mixed cluster where they have said assertion is true, reason is false. So, except for Lidin and Netra and Sumuk, I think most of them have got it right. So, assertion spores are unicellular, they are single celled, correct. Reason, the parent body simply breaks up into smaller pieces on maturation. This is not correct. Okay. So, assertion says clones are offsprings of an organism formed by asexual reproduction. Reason says clones have exact copies of DNA as their parent. Okay. So, what is the answer for this question? I think students are getting confused with assertion and reason type questions. All you have to know is just correlate, is there any connection between assertion and reason. Okay. So, Venkatesh says A, infinite in 1 says B. So, I already have A and B. Maybe students will come up with C and D. Netra says A, Sumukh says A. Okay. So I think most of your options are A, but it is option B. Okay. So assertion and reason are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. I gave you a hint telling that please look if there is any correlation between the assertion and reason, children. So look at the assertion. Assertion says clones are offsprings of an organism formed by asexual reproduction. Let's say an organism undergoes asexual reproduction. For example, I said binary fission. So this is a parent cell, this is the daughter cell. It is going to undergo mitosis to give rise to copies or daughter cells which are exactly identical to their parent. Okay. So I call it as a clone. The reason says clones have exact copies of DNA as that of their parent. Correct. Here I have haploid, here also haploid, haploid. Let's say it's 2 here, they also will have 2 and 2. But is the reason giving an explanation by what kind of mechanism this particular organism reproduced to give this much number of DNA? They have not mentioned. Is it binary fission? Is it fragmentation? Is it budding? Or which mode of reproduction did this organism go through to have exact copy of their DNA? They have just in general spoken about clones. So first one is talking about asexual reproduction. The second one is talking about the DNA. Okay, please get this in mind. The first one is talking about asexual reproduction. The second one is talking about DNA. So there is no link between the two. So Lidin is asking, what is clone? Clone means something like playing a double role. You have seen in movies, no? I will have the same hero playing double acting, triple acting. That's a clone. You suppose another person comes ditto like me. You will not know whether it is me or somebody else. Correct. That's a clone. Clone is identical copy, just like you. Somebody else exactly like you. Identical copy of you is a clone. Understood, Lidin? So clones are identical copies of individuals, and by asexual reproduction we are going to get identical copies as that of the parent. Okay. Haploid and diploid. Haploid means having n number. This is a haploid. Okay. Diploid means having 2n chromosomes. Okay. Say for example, all our somatic cells, that means the cells which are not taking part in reproduction, they are called as somatic cells. All the cells, somatic cells, are diploid in nature. Taking an example of human being, we would say all the somatic cells have 46 chromosomes. Okay? Whereas haploid means those cells which are having half the number of chromosomes. So in case of human beings, we would say the gametes or sex chromosomes. The allosomes are haploid. Okay? So in case of human beings, the sperm and egg are haploid, having half the number of chromosomes. Now why do we say that it is haploid and diploid? Let's imagine the sperm and egg to be diploid in nature, having double the number of chromosomes. So imagine I have a sperm which is having 46 chromosome and egg having 46 chromosome, that is diploid condition. When I have a zygote, the zygote will have 46 plus 46, more than 80 chromosomes, which is highly impossible. Such a zygote will never exist on this planet. So if I have this zygote, if I want this zygote to have 46 chromosome in total, I should have the sperm and egg having half the number of chromosome, haploid chromosome. So they have to have 23 and 23. Then only the zygote getting half and half will have 46 chromosome. Basically, diploid is mitosis, haploid is meiosis. I hope you understood, Rachita. Yes, Rachita. Okay, so diploid is mitosis, haploid is meiosis. For a reason that when there is union between a sperm and egg, the total number of chromosomes matches the somatic number. Okay, Naman. Good evening, Naman. I think you are joining when the class is ending. Yes, Rachita, I hope you have understood this haploid and diploid state. Okay, so we have the next question. Colonies of yeast multiply in sugar solution. Reason says sugar is made of sucrose, which provides energy for sustaining all life activities. Okay, very simple. Okay, all right. Netra says she is understood. I think I have lot of questions today, but no time, unfortunately. Okay, so we have an assertion which says a group of yeast is going to multiply in sugar solution. The reason says it is because the sugar is made up of sucrose, and that sucrose is going to provide energy to sustain all the life activities. What is the answer? I hope all of you are enjoying my class. Yes, Rachita, thank you. I got the answer. Okay. And just in case, as I told you children, I have lot of questions in this PPT, but unfortunately we are lacking time. But I want all of you to go through these questions. I will be posting the slides when the session is done for the day. Please download it and work it out yourselves. After this, I have a couple more of assertion and reason questions, and at the end you will find the long and short answer type questions. Okay, so Sumok and Danish says A, Shika says A, Mahalakshmi says B. So I have one student saying B and remaining they say A. Mayur, yes, very good. So it is going to be option A, because the reason why sucrose is going to help in multiplying is because sucrose is very important, that it gives energy for all the activities. Very good. Okay. Next assertion, pollen grains from the carpel stick to the stigma of the stamen. The reason says fertilized egg cells grow inside the ovules and become seeds. Okay. So, it's a simple question. Netra, your teaching is very informative and these concepts are very new. Okay. Thank you very much, Netra. Thank you so much. Okay. So, here this is quite a simple question. Please read the question properly, children. Otherwise, a simple question becomes very complicated. Okay. This is a very simple question. So, I have Vaishnavi and Netra saying A. Ruchir says A. Infinite in one says B. Okay. Mayur says B. They say both assertion and reason are true, and reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Okay. So, once again children, I am repeatedly telling you, when you get such questions, please read the question twice. Okay. So, let me read it out for you. Sumukh says B. Okay. Let's read the question. Pollen grains from the carpel stick to the stigma of the stamen. Please read it again, children. Pollen grain from the carpel stick to the stigma of the stamen. Does stamen have a stigma in the first place, or does a pollen grain have a carpel? What is a carpel? Carpel is a female part. Correct? It's a gynoecium. Alright? That was previous. Okay, okay ma. Pollen grain is a male part. Correct. The reason says the fertilized egg cells grow inside the ovules and become seeds. Okay. Now, Shika says option B. Okay, still Shika has got it wrong. I think Netra has got it right this time. Okay. Ovules become the seeds. Ovary is the fruit. Infinite in one says option D. So it is going to be assertion is false, reason is true. Yes, it's D only. Okay, yes, it is option D. Okay, we'll take up one last question, children, for the day. I think we are running short of time. So assertion says the offsprings produced by sexual reproduction is likely to adjust better in environmental fluctuation. Reason says during the fusion of gametes, there is mixing of genetic material from the two parents. Okay, I think now you have seen the question. This is the question. I think whatever you give the option will belong to this is what I presume. Alright. So what is the assertion saying? Offspring produced by sexual reproduction is likely to adjust better in a environmental fluctuation. The reason is saying during the fusion of gametes, there is mixing of genetic material from the two parents. So I have Netra giving the correct answer. No. Okay, no. Danush has given the correct answer. Infinite in 1, Netra, Vaishnavi. No, what? Netra says B, infinite in 1 says B. Sumukh says B, Lidin, Vaishnavi and Danush says A. Okay. So please read the question. The answer is A, children. Okay, it is not B. What is sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is mixing of gametes. So I have half the characteristics from the mother, half the characteristics from the father. Let's say the father is very scared of heights. Okay, father has fear of heights. Mother is very brave. Okay, mother is not scared of heights. So the child born there will be a mix of both. So the child may neither be scared or be brave. It will be somewhere in between. Correct. So the child is able to adjust better to that particular environmental condition because there is a fusion of material between the two parents. Okay. So since you are getting half-half, correct. Since you are getting half-half, there is variation. Variation is not mentioned, but fusion of gametes is going to result in variation. Correct. We have the fusion of gametes. So when there is mixing, it is the other way of saying that there is variation. When there is variation, there is evolution. And when there is evolution, there is better adjustment to the environmental fluctuation. So these are all interconnected. So you have to analyze in such a way that where the connection lies. Okay, is there a connection between the two and where the connection lies. So because there is fusion, there is mixing. Because there is mixing, there is variation. Because there is variation, there is evolution. And because there is evolution, there is better adjustment. Okay, children. So I have a few more questions, lot of questions actually, and with the short answer, long answer types. I am leaving it for you to work it out and go through. Once the session ends, the link will be posted. You can download it and go through it. Okay. If there is any doubt, you can always come back with your questions posted in the comment section. And I hope we will be meeting soon sometime next week. Alright, hope you have liked the class and enjoyed my classes. Please like the video, share it to your friends so that it will be helpful. Alright, all the very best for your preparation, all the very best for your exams. Okay, thank you all. Have a happy evening. Okay, and prepare well. Bye. Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. It means a lot.